Today I'm going to take you through the online check-in process for Carnival Cruise Lines. This is specifically for the Carnival Panorama sailing out of Long Beach, California. Go to carnival.com. You'll see your to-do list should have complete online check-in. It should be available when it opens up for you. It's telling you what you need to have ready to do online check-in. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see it shows you the different sections you need to fill out, and it'll show you where you're at and which ones are completed. It's going to show you your cabin, show you the guests in the cabin, and ask you who's checking in. So the first thing is guest information. It's going to ask you for your address. Next, it's going to ask you for the other guest and ask you, is it the same information as yours? This is going to ask you for a mobile number so you can get alerts and information about your cruise. It's then going to ask you for your email address. Then it's going to ask you for emergency contact information. It's then going to ask you about the emergency contact information for your other guest. It's then going to ask for the address of your other guest. Then you put in the phone number for your other guest. It's then going to ask for the email address of your other guest. It's then going to ask if anyone has medical conditions, and it shows you a list of the medical conditions. It's then going to ask you about your travel documents. It's then going to ask if everybody in your party is a U.S. citizen. It then asks for your travel document, what type you're going to use. I'm using my passport. It then asks if you have a redress number or known traveler ID number. It then has you check and agree that you will share this information with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. It asks about my cabin guest. My wife is going to use her passport as well. Then it asked again about the known travel ID. Asked if I was going to park a car at the pier. Then asked if we were going to be flying to and from the cruise. The other cabin guest has the same travel plan. So next it's going to ask you about making an arrival appointment time, and it does indicate that all guests must arrive at the pier at the same time. It will give you the choices available at the time. So next it's going to ask you about your onboard expense account, setting that up. So it asks information how you want to do that, whether you want to do it with credit card or cash. Then it will go to the screen where you enter in your credit card information. It then asks who in your cabin can charge on this spending account. It then asks if you want to create another onboard spending account. I don't need to, we're just using the same one. It's going to ask you about your dining plans. It's going to ask you about how you want your beds arranged. So at this point, we're almost done. Once you continue, it's going to now ask you to read the cruise ticket contract and then agree to the terms. So after that, it then talks to you about Smile and Go technology. So it seems like this is some kind of facial ID, so maybe you don't have to use your card all the time. Then it asks you to agree to the cruise contract terms and ask you to agree that you'll use the Smile and Go technology. It will then give you a summary page. So I printed my luggage tags earlier. You can do that before you do online check-in. But I want to print our boarding pass document, so I selected boarding pass to print that. You can also choose to print general information, document information, so I chose that as well just to see what that was. And then it gives you a PDF document of your boarding passes and that information. So that's the check-in process for Carnival Cruise Lines. I'd recommend you do the process as soon as you're able to so that you can get the arrival time that you want. Also have all your information ready. Depending on when you're watching this, there's either going to be or there already are a bunch of Carnival Panorama videos up here. There will be a playlist. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment down below.